Hey guys, Jake here for another 5-minute roundtable. Today's part 1 of our 2-part series, all about program planning and budgeting, so stick around for more. Alright, so this is our first part for our program planning and budgeting sessions. So what we're going to talk about today is trying to lay out a program for the entire year and then working on a calendar for that year. Our next part will be all about budgeting and how to pay for some of these cool program activities that we're going to do throughout the year. And so how we begin this is we start by asking the youth, or if it's Cubs, we ask the committee, what do you want to do this year? When you sit down, dream big. Come up with some grand idea that you don't think is possible this year. We always sell kids on scouting on the high adventure aspects like whitewater rafting, rock climbing, mountain biking, advanced shooting sports, things like that. But so often, very few of our units actually get to do that. And so part of this is you want to plan that into your program year. So if you guys sit down with your troop and all the kids say they want to go on a backpacking trip, or they want to go to Philmont, or something like that, how do you plan for that? If you've never been backpacking before, the best place to start is to go online, read some books, figure out exactly what is involved with backpacking. In fact, what would be better yet is if you had your scouts go online, read some books, and figure out some more about backpacking. So you've dreamed big, you found something really cool. We're going to use Philmont as our example for 2019. So part of this is all about quality planning as well. So if you guys remember from our first episode last week, we talked a little bit about that pyramid. So at the very bottom, again, is safety, and then consistency, and then program. Now doing this program year, this program planning calendar, really puts you in that consistency zone. Now when you plan for these really cool high adventure activities, and you actually do them, that's one step to move you into the very tip-top program zone of our quality pyramid. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to download the troop or pack or crew budget from my description below. And you're going to open up the calendar tab. Now what you'll see on yours is there'll be a bunch of dates already put in. They're pretty generic, things that you can remember. On this example, I'm going to start with a blank sheet, and you guys can go ahead, play around, things like that. Remember, what we're going to do is we're going to put Philmont in as our 2019 high adventure trip, so that will actually show up on this calendar as well. So one of the first things I like to do is put in all the major holidays in a month. So we'll look at January, and that's New Year's. So now that we have all the major holidays in, we're going to go ahead and put our school dates in. So this is a great opportunity to involve your youth in the calendar planning process. So this is easy for our Cub Scouts, our Webelos, and our Arrow of Lights. Certainly anybody in a troop or a crew, they can easily do this. They just need to go on and find their school calendar. So school dates, these would be big things that would happen in that month that you should account for. Alright, so now that we have all of our school dates in, you guys can see that on your copy. The next thing we want to do is put in our big dates that we know are already going to happen. So go down to our summer camp tab, and we know we're going to be at summer camp the week of July 11th through the 16th. Next thing we can do is go ahead and put in some council events. So we have a council camporee coming up. For our troops and crews, we want to try and make sure we do a camp out just about every single month. For our packs, it might only be once or twice a year. So activities, so let's say in March, this would be crossover. So you can fill your calendar with activities, camp outs, council events, summer camp, your school dates, your holidays, things like that. This calendar really helps you plan out your entire year so you don't have a whole bunch of overlap. And so next week you'll see with our budget, we're going to put in all this information and a whole bunch more, and we'll actually develop our budget for the entire year. Remember, we dream big, and we're going to go to Philmont in 2019. It's going to take a lot of money for us to be able to go there, so it's a multi-year process. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part 1 of our program planning and budgeting process. Check out next week where we talk a little bit more about how to do a budget for the entire year. Thanks for watching.